Next up, we have ICP coins. So recently, we got some bull structure, higher high, higher low, but it is way below this daily moving average. So, and it is approaching a area of resistance right about here. So, still got a little bit of ways to go, but it's moving pretty strong. The last few days been straight all bulls. So we'll see what happens when it hits this area. Probably be looking to short that as long as the price action is correct. I mean, it did break above this 4-hour moving average, and like I said, we do have higher highs, higher lows. So I mean, who knows if this wants to go bullish. A lot of the other cryptocurrencies are moving up quite a bit too, so it's definitely a possibility. Couple things that I would keep in mind here. So when price hits this area, odds are it will sell off, at least to some extent. If not, if we're not going to, if it's not going to continue bearish, let's say, like we'll put this zone in here. So obviously this would be, our main target. I mean, you're just kind of ranging, from the new high to the previous low. But again, we do have like this higher low here, so that kind of throws me off. But I do think it's still a good short position. I just think that what we got to do is look at the retracement. So you'd be looking at, so even if this does decide to break this zone and go higher, if it hits this zone and sells off first and has to pull back in order to gain more buyer liquidity, it's probably going to pull back to this 50% 618 zone. So right here is where we'd be targeting. So you're looking for a short position once price hits this area, and then we're targeting either all the way down to this 50% zone in order for price to go higher, or we just keep following it. Or we just keep the short position all the way down to here, right? Because if price hits this area, sells off, keeps selling, comes down into this area and breaks this area, it does like a break and retest of this area, then we're good to go. We're good to just keep holding our position down to here. If not, if price hits this area and decide, gets a little bit weird, and you start getting wicks in this area and then wants to be bought up, then we close our position and leave that. I just want to shrink this up a little bit. Then we close our position. We still make a above 2 risk to reward, so that's good. And then you look for buys, right? Because then you have that confirmation, because that's placing its second, because right now it's got one higher low. That would be its second higher low. So that would tell us that, okay, this really does want to keep going higher. It's gaining the momentum, it's gaining liquidity down here to go higher, right? Because there's more buyers down here than there is up here. It's smart money, right? Smart money's waiting to buy this on sale. They're not buying it up here at resistance. So let price come down to here, look for a buy position. I want to see, or sell position once price hits here and sells off. But that's a little iffy because it's been recently pretty bullish. You got a lot of bull momentum right here. So I probably wouldn't even sell this once price hits this area. It's just a little bit risky with the recent bull momentum. So I would still wait for the bull. I would wait for a pullback and a bull setup, a buy right here at this 50% area. But I want to look at the weekly range for this. So on average, this says 42 cents a week. Last week was 28 cents. Week before that was 32. Week before that was 26. Yeah, so 42 is a little bit high. That's a little bit out. But we can call it 25 cents. That's probably pretty reasonable. So with that being said, 25 cents, 27 cents, right at the top of this zone. So this actually lines up perfectly. I think this is a great trade. So we can drag this out to, we'll say right here. Why is this? Oh, I see. Because this is so far out. So we gotta wait for price to come down here. Don't know how long that'll take. But this would still be kind of like, this is the trade here, so we really do need to pull back. And I also think that, because if you look at the weekly range, if the weekly range, what do we say, is about 30 cents, if price, like from here, I mean, it's only got this much in it anyways on the week on average. So even if we don't get a pullback, let's say you bought it now, you probably, there's not really much room in it. There's not enough room to really take, a good risk to reward, right? So it's pretty much already moved half its weekly range today so far. So on it's Sunday. So I do think with this moving so much, I mean it's already moved 11 cents today, and it usually moves 11 cents in the entire day, and there's still almost 21 hours left. So there's a good chance. Plus this is hitting a little liquidity area here, so we'll see if that starts to sell off now, and I would just wait for that to come down to this area to buy. And then this is our weekly range, so that's what you would just wait for. You'd wait for price to come down here, get bought up, be rejected, and then you're looking to buy it higher. I wouldn't buy it yet because there's a chance that it sells off here, there's a chance that it sells off here, and it has a tough time breaking these areas. And keep in mind, this is still very bearish, right? It's way below this moving average, so we can't really be all gung-ho to buy this yet. Just because we got a few bull candles here doesn't mean this is bullish long term. Doesn't mean it's going to the moon like people probably want. But so we just got to wait. We got to wait for it to pull back to this 50% zone, and then get bought up there, and then we'll buy it as well, and ride it to at least this zone here, if not a little bit higher. So that is my take on ICP. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what other coins you want me to break down, or Forex, or stocks. I like breaking them all down. I really enjoy going through the charts, so makes me a better trader. I don't take these setups usually. I really only trade just the S&P 500 to be honest, but I like going through all this and really testing my technical ability. So that's ICP. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.